From time immemorial, we have been told one thing: work hard, work extremely hard, and you'll be wealthy. But allow me to tell you the brutal truth. Hard work alone will not give you the wealth you deserve. Therefore, stay with me as I tell you reasons why hard work alone will not, and what you need to do so that you are able to realize wealth. My name is CPA Jobiese. Welcome to my channel where we discuss finance, money mastery, and wealth mindset. Can hard work alone make you rich? Is it yes or it's no? But let's answer this question as we come to the end of our discussion today. Millions of people work hard daily. From boda guys, people riding motorcycles, riders, security people, guys in the security industry, the private security, there are traders, the mamamboga, there are hawkers around, there are people working every day, hard work. But have they become wealthy? How many have become wealthy from that hustle? Ladies and gentlemen, allow us to discuss the illusion of hard work. Hard work is a mirage. All of us believe that 1 + 1 is 2, or hard work and you will be successful. But allow me to share with you that numbers don't lie. Let's look at statistics. Kenya Bureau of Statistics 2023, a research was done, and the findings were very funny, that 80% of Kenyans work for more than 50 hours weekly. Yet only 70% live on less than 500 shillings per day. So what does that tell you? That tells you that guys are working extremely hard and they're consuming everything. And as long as you consume everything that you're getting, then wealth will be a mirage. Let's look at another report of ILO, International Labour Organization report for 2023. It says, Africa has the hardest working population by hours. People work from, you walk around at 3 a.m., you'll see people going to work. You go to the house at 10 p.m., you'll see people coming from work. We work. But again, we rank lowest in average income per capita. Our per capita is very low. Very low. Extremely low. So, where do you think is the problem? In other words, does hard work give you a living? Or does it give you wealth? So hard work only gives you a living. It does not give you wealth. So that's the illusion of hard work. If you don't find a way to make money while asleep, you will work until you die. That is from Warren Buffett. If you don't make money in your sleep, you will work until you die. There are 5 ways to build wealth. Number 1, you need to have what we call smart financial planning. This is where you set clear financial goals, you build a budget, you reduce or you manage debt. Like, in other words, you plan about your financial life. Like, you have what we call, there's something called tax planning. There's protecting yourself via insurance just to cover emergencies and eventualities. You reduce wealth, you reduce debt. You create and follow a budget and a plan. You set clear financial goals. The second bit about that is leveraging assets and capital. So how do you leverage assets? Assets, in other words, I have a car. I can decide to use that car every evening for taxi services. I have a laptop. I can decide to use that laptop for freelancing services. I have like, you leverage, you use what you, I can decide to use my house even for an office. That's leveraging. So you leverage on your assets and capital. So whatever capital, you can ask people for their money and then you use their money to build wealth. That is also leveraging capital. Number 3, have what you call streams, passive income streams. Like, if you're asleep, can I make money when I'm asleep? Let's say, for example, I am having these videos and I'm selling these videos. These are very rich videos full of a lot of resources. And that's money I'm making. I can sell my ebooks online as I sell my ebooks and you guys will buy the books. So that's passive. Passive means you're not actively involved in generating that thing. You understand? The other bit about it is, again, invest early. Invest early. You get your money, invest early. So, because once you invest early, then the money, what happens? It actually compounds. Money comes back, and then you reinvest. Comes back, you reinvest. Comes back, you reinvest. So then the last bit is about building systems that work for you. Have systems. Have systems such that you don't need to be there for things to work. I can look I can use my phone to check how many students do we have at just on college. How many have paid the school fees? Who is doing advertisement? So that I focus with the main things. Because after the hard work, there's what we call strategy. After the strategy, there's leverage. After leverage, then there's investment. That is what builds wealth. Allow us to go to Jeff Bezos. What did Jeff Bezos do? He actually built a system. It's called Amazon. So Amazon is a platform where you go sell and then guys buy. So that's a system that works 24 hours. He doesn't need to be there, but he makes money from that. So in other words, for you to be a billionaire, because it's only billionaires that have wealth, you must build scalable businesses that does not require your constant input. So you have to build systems. So if there are no systems, it becomes hard. It's not just about working hard. You know you cannot outdo yourself. You can only work maybe 8 hours in a day, maybe 10 hours in a day. You can't work 24 hours in a day. Therefore, that's what you need to do. So let's continue what you need to do. In terms of working very hard so that you may build wealth, I want to share with you a few things that you can avoid. Number one, stop trading time for money. You cannot, there's a time I was sharing with a few friends of mine that CEOs you get a CEO being paid 1 million per month. And somebody goes to Mjengo and they're getting 500 shillings per day. That equates to 500, that equals to 15,000. And this guy works so hard. And the other one just works 3 hours or 5 hours a day. What does that do that this one is not doing? Therefore, do not equate your time for money. Make sure how you work is not what you're being paid for in terms of hours. Let's be paid qualitatively, not quantitatively. In other words, you can decide to have rentals. When you have rental, you have passive income. When you have courses online, you have passive income. When you have stocks, you have passive income. That is not equivalent to the time that you're working. The second bit, we said about it, invest consistently. You get 500 shillings, invest it back. You get 1,000 shillings, invest it back. Invest. If you're a Mamboga and you're working from morning to evening, you're waking up at 4, you're sleeping at midnight, you wake up at 4, sleep at midnight, you get 1,000 shillings. You go eat or you go consume all of that. You have nothing to invest. So once you get 500 shillings, as much as you're working hard, go invest that 500 bob from the 1,000 bob. You'll get another 1,000. You reinvest it, you get 2,000. Reinvest it, you'll get 4,000. Reinvest it, you'll get 6,000. You invest it, and at the end of the day, you'll have a system and you'll have more money that gives you what we call passive income. But if you're eating it, you get the money, we are losing this thing at the end of the day. Let's go to the third thing. Learn financial intelligence. So how do you learn about financial intelligence? One great man once said a very funny thing, that if you want to hide knowledge, if you want to hide anything for Africans, put it in books. So if you want to be smart, you want to be rich, you want to be great, books. Make sure in a month you have a book. You can do Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. You can do The Psychology of Money. There's so many books around you need to read. So from reading of the books, that is what will do. What will give you the financial acumen, so that you'll really understand what happens, and how best can you be, and what best can you do. The fourth thing is about you build origin a scalable business or a system. You can decide to look for a few friends whom you can think together. You are working hard in that Mjengo, in that Chama. You are doing something in Mamamboga. Put your money together. Invest it somewhere. Start a poultry business. Start a piggery business. Do something. Just do something. Come together. Write books and sell. Have courses and sell. Make some rentals around and list them out. That's how you do it. And then the last thing that I'll remind you before I go to sleep: hard work is noble, but if that's what you're relying on, then you'll be stuck for the rest of your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have fumbled a bit. I have shared things left and right, but I know you've picked a few things. And what you've picked, if you cannot forget, what you've picked that you cannot forget: hard work is equals to strategy, which is also is equals to leverage, and again is equals to investment. So take hard work plus strategy plus leverage plus investment. That's wealth. But hard work alone is equals to wealth. That is taking 1,000, raising it up to the power of 0, and multiplying it by 1. What will you get? What will you get? Thank you so much. My name is Jubisi. You have issues to do with finances, reach us, call us. God bless you.